Hey guys, welcome back. This is ChosenArchitect, and today we're going to be going over some new updates and also deep diving into a little bit of thermal expansion. So, I hope you guys are ready. So today I think we should do a little bit of adventuring. I think we should go out in, I guess, find a direction, and we're going to continue in that direction. We may even take the ocean and hope that we find a desert biome so we can gather up some cactus. That is one of the things that we're going to need today, is a little bit of cactus. I want to try and also get into thermal, and I think building a building, another like little hut or building for specifically thermal, would be a pretty good idea. And then eventually we'll have cables routing everything down below. But getting into thermal will kind of open up a few more options for us, including piping. And I was also looking at the soul shards. So eventually we're going to need to get a mob farm type thing going, and these soul shards are so nice. If we could find a mob spawner of any kind, it's awesome, because we could take this with an actual soul shard itself, with, say, like this, and you can right click or shift right click on the spawner and pretty much create yourself a spawner that you can place anywhere, and this thing can be absolutely amazing. So that's one thing that I want to get done. So let's go ahead and make ourselves a sword. I'm going to go ahead and use probably one of the best materials I have, mine other than diamond, to make a sword. This is actually 7 attack damage, which is better than diamond, or better, not better than diamond, better than emerald. So if we do swords, we do have a few options up here. Of course, we have this, which is 6 attack damage, a diamond one, which is 7 attack damage. And if we take a look down here, this is the same as diamond. So this ruby sword, which ruby is everywhere, also sapphire is the same way. Now this is not the same. And I think this is peridite, or peridite. If I say that, I think I'm saying that right. It's probably pronounced a lot different. Somebody will correct me, I'm sure. But yeah, that's one thing we need. Also, we might want to get a little bit of iron armor. I think that's going to be the best. We have plenty to get ourselves going with a set of iron. And yeah, we'll actually get an achievement for that as well. So might as well do this. I wanted to also explain a little bit about IC2 and how it's actually changing in this pack, and that's why the delay is here. The pack would have already been released, but there is a slight delay going on, and that is due to IC2 being changed. So if you take a look at IC2, we'll notice that a lot of the machines are gone. And that's because they're making this more in the classic sense, back when a lot of these things didn't exist. So you can't make steel with IC2 in this, there's nothing here for that. So they've pretty much simplified it, and it's back into classic mode. So there's no more like steel plate recipes. So as you can see right here, refined iron is what you're going to use for some of these things. To make a generator, you'll need refined iron. To make the battery, it's going to require tin, not tin plates. And none of all the plating and stuff like that has been removed. So where I have plates over here, that stuff has been removed. And same for like the tin casings. Like, they're not even any use for them anymore. So some of that stuff has been changed. They're still working out some of the bugs. So, be patient. This pack will be out fairly soon. But for right now, you'll get to at least watch me play it, I guess. So let's go ahead and create ourselves a boat. And then also need to set a waypoint. So if you hit Y, you can set a waypoint. We're going to add this and say home. And let's change it to dark blue. Why not? So now we have a waypoint right there that will show up on our mini-map. And we should be able to see it whenever we travel off in the distance. So let's go ahead and make ourselves a boat real quick. And I think the boat recipe is still the same. Should be. I'm going to leave a little bit of wood on me. Let's get fully equipped. And guys, I think we're about ready to go. All right. So we're going to head off in this direction. And hope everything goes smoothly. I'm really just looking for a desert biome. And I hope I find one. So yeah, this is going to be a nice little trip. At least for me. And I'll see you guys in a bit. So normally you never see this, but there is a greatwood tree and a silverwood tree right next to each other. Now, this version of Thaumcraft, it's not the old old version, so we will pick up these shimmer leaves. There's not actually nodes on the inside of these trees. You actually just need this for recipes and things like that. So you're better off just gathering these trees as best you can. I still think they reduce the amount of flux in the area, so keep that in mind, but I don't think they change the biome type that you're in. So that's another thing you might want to think about. But we do need both of these, so it's kind of funny that we have this here. I might actually set a waypoint and come back, because I didn't actually bring an axe. I should have brought an axe. That would work for both of these, but I would love to also get a sapling, so if one of these would drop a sapling, even better. That should allow the leaves to decay. I'm just going to grab this right now. The great wood trees are pretty easy to find. These are not so much. There we go. And great wood, it used to be hard to break, but as you can see now, it's pretty much the same as anything else. So yeah, I'll be back for these. Let me go ahead and set a waypoint. Grey wood, confirm, and there we go. Alright, so I'm going to head back on my my quest. Well, actually, I'm going to stay around for just a little bit. Hopefully we'll get a sapling from this. So I was looking for a desert, and, well, this is going to have to work. This works out just fine. I'm pretty sure this is a mesa biome. I can go ahead and turn that back on with all these updates that have been kicked on. Oh, red desert. So yeah, this will work just fine. But all I need was literally just one piece of cactus. I will go ahead, though, and while I'm over here, just take a quick look, quick peek, and see what exactly is over here. Oh, man. Wish I would have brought a shovel, but all I have is my my corn. There we go. Nice. This will give me a nice little jump start. Getting cactus going. Oh, we also have these plants over here, which are also from Thaumcraft. But this gives me access to blaze. We should probably scour this whole area for this. Oh, that would probably be a good thing. To see how much blaze powder we can actually get. There are other machines that can help us get blaze, but for right now, this is like a really good one. This is definitely a good thing. So I'm going to continue my search, I guess, while I'm here. Taking a peek. Oh, there's a regular desert. Wow, that is a really tall cactus. Is that 4 tall? I don't think I've ever seen them 4 tall. Yeah, that is definitely 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tall. I don't think I've ever seen a cactus spawn 5 tall. So, I'm going to make my way back, and now that I got what I needed, we can head back home. I say for a little area for thermal should not be too bad. I think we can go ahead and actually extend on to what we currently have. So I'm going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That'll make it a 2 by 2 on this side, but this side will be a little bit different. We're going to come out here on the same. But on the back here, we're going to extend this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Like so. And also over here. So this is going to give this thing a little bit more room. The roof on this one's going to stay exactly the same. This is going to be more or less more like a shed type thing going on. So let's go over here. We're going to continue building this thing up. And it was funny. People were saying architect mode activated. During the premiere whenever I released this, which is absolutely hilarious. But yeah, I mean, yeah, all we're going to do is carry this over. And this will be broken. And it'll fit in here nice and neat. Look at that. Perfect. Everything's going to fit in. And like I said, this is going to be a nice little area for thermal inside here. Even extending over here. Everything should work out. And the entryway for this will be over here. And it'll be into this little room, which should work perfect. So right here will be another little porch, sort of like the back area. And then this, I think I might actually, well, I don't want to move this oven. So this will actually become a brace here for this machine. And this turns into a 3x3, which we can have another entryway. Hey, you know, it works. Alright, so same sort of design I think is what I'm going to go with for the walls here. We have a lot of cobblestone, plus we have a cobblestone generator that is going. I need my chisel, which I don't know if my chisel was completely dead. Oh yeah, it is almost completely dead. So, time to make another chisel. And for that, we can get some building going on. So yeah, same sort of idea. We're going to use these same sort of 3 separate pieces. And it's weird because I've never used the cuts before. And I'm actually kind of liking how that looks in a wall design. Having like the cuts every now and then. Of course, all this stuff has to go. And then we're going to make a little door in here that's going to allow us to go in and out of this area. Which will work out nicely as well. Same design idea though. We're going to have walls that are going to line this whole section. And you can see we're also going to use this to kind of give it that look. And then the bottom needs to be this actual brick sort of layout. Like so. And all in all, this will start to look really good very, very soon. We might need to actually bring this up, now that I look at it. I need to bring this top section. This needs to go up just one more. I think I made that same mistake when I originally built the first part. Yeah, this has to go up 1. Now this would work if this was down a level, which actually, you know what? Let's leave this. Let's leave this. We're gonna dig this underground, is what we're gonna do. We're gonna have this go underground. Instead of having a layer here, like this, on this area, we're gonna cut this down. And we're not gonna have it like we did the other section. So even the like entryway that we're gonna have for this, so say we put an entryway here, there's gonna be a step that goes down and takes you down a level. I think that should look pretty good. So on the roof here, for both sections, I'm going to do something a little bit different. They're going to be set at different heights. So this one's also set at a different angle as well from the rest of the house. But this one's going to be a little bit different. We're going to offset this one from the other side, just doing this. Literally, we're just going to cover this up. Now on the inside, we're going to fix a few things. But, I mean, technically, this works really, really well for a roof. And it also saves a little bit of labor, because placing down stairs, everybody knows that is not a fun task. And, yeah, it kind of gets annoying after a while. So, this will reduce a lot of the labor, and there you go. And on here, this one's a little bit higher, so it adds a little bit more depth to the ceiling. And, all in all, this is going to look great once we're done. Now, this will be pulled out. We're actually going to remove that section on the inside now, since we don't really need it. Since we have it going here, this should be perfect. And then what I'll do is I'll add half slabs all through the top here, or through the bottom. Same for this. This needs to be swapped out for a whole block. We'll do that eventually. As you can see, we'll run this all along the bottom. And, I mean, you can leave, if you want to have stairs like this every now and then, this was just a mistake, but that actually kind of looks good, having stairs every now and then to kind of give it some more depth. If you don't like these harsh sections here, you could, instead of going with this, so let's remove these, you can instead go with this. And just do that, and then on the bottom I kind of like to add that there. And I think that looks pretty good. Yeah, that looks really good. And same for this section. Add that there, and then, of course, carry this along. And this is where I said, that actually looks kind of good. Having these every now and then. I actually don't mind that. Have these every now and then, like so. This tree will eventually be removed. It's still kind of useful at the moment. So maybe if you centered these out, let's remove this one. We'll keep it like that. I think that looks pretty good. And then, of course, we just need to fix this little area. And then it's time to work on the inside. Nice. Of course, that's going to get fixed. I think that is just a block in the way. That we need to add one of these blocks. There we go. And then this section up here, I'm not too concerned about it. I guess, like I said, what we can do is remove this, put solid blocks in places like that. If we're going to have an issue and we're going to run into spots like this, it's probably best just to make it a full block. Like so. And there we go. Alright, let's check out the inside here. Ooh, this is actually kind of nice. So, this has got to go. We're going to remove this, and we're going to make the inside look a little bit neater. So, up here, we can fill that in. Same with this over here. We don't need this. So, we can go ahead and fill this section in. Even this section needs to be probably filled in. Since this is probably a stair. Might just be able to hollow this out. Let's see, maybe we can place a stair going this way. Same on this side. Remove some of that space that's up there. And what do you guys think about this floor? This is just chiseled oak. I think it looks kind of good. And then we have a little stairway going here, and that takes us into this little room, and this is where our industrial machines is going to go. Oh boy. Got some glitches going on. I think we can avoid some of these glitches by having this set up a certain way. But yeah, that sometimes happens when you're underground. I don't know where that's coming from, actually. Something weird going on with the shaders. Of course. But yeah, that looks really good. So now that we have an area made, we should be able to get going with thermal and get ourselves a dynamo. I'm going to go with the steam dynamo. That's probably going to be one of the easiest ones for us to make. That's going to require a little bit of copper. Hopefully we have enough of this copper. That is going to be a big thing. I might have to go copper hunting, but we are working our way towards getting to some of the machines that we really need. And then it'll make mining a little bit easier. Alright, so gears. Let's go ahead and pull out some gears here. I did notice all my stuff got reset here in JEI, unfortunately. Which means we're going to have to set our gears up. Because I did update, there has been a few updates. So, steam dynamo. We can go ahead and make this. There we go. Now that pulls up. But we're going to need what? 1 gear, right? For the steam dynamo. And then we're going to need some silver. Which we have a little bit of redstone. And, of course, iron. To make this guy. This is going to be our source of power for right now. Awesome. Now, for our fluid ducts, we're going to be sending just water, so there's no big deal for us to use anything but these normal fluid ducts. So if we take a look, that's just going to be some more copper and glass. And we're going to need a pretty decent amount of it. I'm going to go ahead and pull 30 of them. Should be enough, I think. Because what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to actually leave this here. But I'm gonna route this going all the way into our building over here. We're gonna make a little detour. And yeah, we're gonna have this go directly into the building. And why not have it go right here? This could be where our actual steam dynamo resides. So we don't really need to go too far, and this should actually pump automatically out, so I don't even think we need a servo. So if we take this all the way over here, there we go. That should be good, and I think once we set the output to the bottom, it should automatically fill that whole pipeline, and we should be good to go. The only thing we have to do now is just to, fill this in with dirt, and we're good to go. You wouldn't even know it's there. Once the grass fills in, we can actually fill the rest of this in. Alright, so steam dynamo is going to be pretty much ready to go. I think we just need one more pipe going up, and then we'll place the steam dynamo going here. I need to hit this thing with a wrench. We'll do that here in a minute. We're just going to get this thing flipped. So, the lovely crescent hammer is going to be our friend in this case. The crescent hammer is used in thermal for quite a few things, and I'm pretty sure it can be used in other machines as well. But what I'm going to do is I guess I can have it set like this, but the thing is it produces power from the top. So that kind of leaves us at a weird spot. You can see this even rotates chests. Do we have, yeah, we have leadstone flux ducts. So I guess we could do this. And we can just route things from the top. Like so. That'll work. Alright, so this is getting water. The only thing this thing needs now is a little bit of fuel. And this thing is ready to go. And we can use this regular coal coke. This is actually better and it'll burn a lot longer in here. Now this does, when it is full of power, it does, let's see, it should store a buffer right here. Energy being stored. It'll do 40 hours per tick, but whenever this thing is full and it has nowhere for the power to go, it'll still consume the fuel just at a really, really slow pace. So it still is not perfect, but the more upgrades you put in it, the better off it'll be. So yeah, that bad boy is producing 40 hours per tick. Let's take a look at some other things that we're going to need to get into. I would love to get a pulverizer and a furnace just to get away from the industrial craft ore doubling. We're going to use industrial craft for some other things later. Right now, we don't. I mean, I would love to get away from this because this is really wasteful for fuel, and we can get away with it a lot better in in thermal. We can speed it up pretty fast. So getting there will take a little bit. So we need more copper, and I don't have the copper available right now. Another thing we need is going to be steel. So the induction smelter is going to be our friend when it comes to that. As you can see, it's going to require some more copper. And I just don't have any copper. I should get copper at around Y level 30 to 40-ish. So I'm guessing I'm going to have to go farm for that. And I'll be back. So I think crafting up a few of these machines is going to be well worth it. So I think I'm going to go with the pulverizer in the furnace first. Mainly because the pulverizer will give us a chance of getting nickel and extra components, whereas this is not going to give us those extra components. So using the pulverizer is probably going to be better off in the long run. So we're going to need some wood, and I'll just grab a bit of that there and some cobblestone, just for pistons. And when it comes to flint, I think we have, look at that, we have perfect amount. We also need some bricks. There we go. And go ahead and make 2 of those. So we're gonna make the redstone furnace right now. Let's also grab some glass, and I'm also cooking up some more glass, so that should definitely help. And there we go. So redstone furnace. We need the gear. I went ahead and added some of these things back up here. We're gonna add 2 of those for right now. Then we're gonna go ahead and make a few copper gears. So I think both of these require copper gears. And we also need these reception coils. Both of them require the reception coils. So, I think we're just about ready to make both of these machines. This one needs a piston. And yeah, we should be all ready to go. So here's a redstone furnace, and there's a pulverizer. Perfect. Both of these machines are going to be very, very useful for us. Alright, so when it comes to setting up automation for these guys, it should not be too difficult. Now, we are going to have this leadstone flux cable. It's kind of in the way, to be honest. I'm going to rearrange these guys eventually, but for right now, let's put the pulverizer here, and then right here we'll put the redstone furnace. So let's go ahead and shift right-click to clear all of the outputs for this. And we're going to get some chests. And we're going to use chests as buffers. So let's grab a couple chests. So that should work. Input, center buffer, and an output. Right? So input, center buffer, output. Right? And anything we put in here, like ore-wise, will go into here. So let's go ahead and set that up. That's going to be the input, auto-enable, and then this will be our output and the centerpiece. That should go into this chest. Then we want to auto input and then output into here. Now we are going to need power running through this, so we probably will need to make some more leadstone flux ducts if we have enough lead for that, which I think we do. Leadstone flux duct, Perfect. 6 is going to be more than enough. These things, it'll support up to 1000 RF. So all these machines now have power. All we need to do now... Oh, I also wanted to kind of go over this. This only uses 20 RF tick, and you remember we were making 40 RF tick? Well, now, with both these machines running, we'll be maxing this steam dynamo out, which is perfectly fine. That's exactly what we want to do. We want to utilize as much power as possible so we're not wasting any fuel. So, with that in mind, what we can do now is actually throw a lot of this stuff in here. I think almost everything should be able to work with this. I'm just going to go ahead and sort my items here. And let's take a look. So, like, uranium. It doesn't look like uranium can be used in that machine. It can be in this one, so of course any of these can. The pulverizer will work here. Or bauxite, which is aluminum. Cinnabar, it has its own use for cinnabar. And iridium, yes, it can be used there as well. So, perfect. Let's go ahead and throw this all in here. Everything except for uranium ore looks like it'll work. I don't know if this will work. Yes, it will. So it has a chance of producing sulfur, and we'll get galena. So, let's go ahead and throw all of this in here. I think even modular can be done, yeah. Perfect. And that'll give us something with the modular force field systems. And yeah, we can let this go, and it shouldn't get backed up or anything because we are utilizing this buffer chest right here. As you can see, this is going to take a little bit of time. It's going to crush this down. But this has a chance, if we take a look here, it does have a chance in the pulverizer of giving us silver. It has a 10% chance, but that's still better than no chance when it comes to this. So industrial craft stuff. So this is actually going to be really nice, and this is RF power. So it's really cool to have both these going. Technically, we could utilize both of them now and basically doubled our speed. Now, I am going to admit the electric furnace is faster, and technically we can make these way faster by using, we could use the upgrades. Let's take a look. What are they called? Overclockers? So we could utilize the overclocker upgrades, and they're pretty easy to make. All you need is a bucket of water and tin to get the coolant cell. I mean, these are old school recipes, and as you can see here, a little bit of refined iron, which refined iron is just iron that's been cooked in a furnace. And that will get you an electric circuit. So, pretty simple there. And I might actually use that for the electric furnace. Since we do smelt a lot of things, it would be kind of nice to do so. But as you can see, bam, we already have 18 lead going. Man, this thing ain't playing games. This thing is going. And anything that can't be cooked inside the furnace will stay in our buffer chest. So that's why that chest is there. Guys, we now have a few things going. Now, one of the things I really want is from our iron here. When our iron gets cooked down, it will give us a chance of getting nickel. And nickel is, like I said, something that we're actually going to need because we're going to need to make some Invar. And Invar is what's going to allow us to make our smeltery. Or our, what is it called? Thermal... Induction smelter, that's right. I don't know, there's so many items that I have going that flow through my head. Item names that I totally forget, like several. I've done this so much. I've played modded so long that I have so many of these names in my head and I just completely forget them sometimes. So this is, yeah, full of latex here. Yeah, we've been producing rubber like crazy. By the way, the recipes have been added. Now you can use this as rubber, which is awesome. So if I hold Shift and K while I'm in a crafting grid, it'll auto-craft them for me. So as you can see, there's 62 more plastic, which equals to rubber. If you look at the recipes for this, anything that can be used as rubber for these insulated cables can also utilize the plastic. So our days of our tree farms over here are pretty well numbered. There's no need for them. I think we can remove these trees. We don't need this rubber. If we can utilize plastic like that, we have a way of getting tons and tons of plastic just with this little bitty setup. which is awesome. So guys, I hope you enjoyed today's episode. If you did, don't forget to click that subscribe button if you haven't already, and also give this video, guys, a huge thumbs up. I really appreciate it. I will see you guys in the next episode, and as always, thanks for watching.